Are you worried about the investigation, Prime Minister? Who coughed up for the flat, sir?
He knows the answer to that question, a question that's been shadowing the PM for days. How did he pay for the refurbishment of the flat? Did he, as alleged by his former advisor Dominic Cummings, explore the possibility of donors secretly covering the cost? And if he did initially accept a loan from donors via Party HQ, was it properly declared? Now, extraordinarily, the Electoral Commission are opening an investigation, saying there are reasonable grounds to suspect that an offence or offences may have occurred. That investigation now underway, but the first cross-examination from this former prosecutor.
Who initially paid for the redecoration of his Downing Street flat?
He should know that I paid for Downing Street refurbishment personally, Mr. Speaker.
Normally, when people don't want to incriminate themselves, they go no comment. So I asked the Prime Minister again, who paid the initial invoice?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I've given him the answer, and the answer is I have covered the cost. Of course, there's an Electoral Commission investigating this, and I can tell him that I've conformed in full with the Code of Conduct, with ministerial code.
The PM rattled allegations of sleaze bogging down his premiership.
Don't the British people deserve a Prime Minister they can trust and a government that isn't mired in sleaze, cronyism and scandal?
That enough to push him over the edge.
This is a government that is getting on with delivering on the people's priorities, including tougher sentences, Mr. Speaker, for serious sexual and violent criminals, which he opposed. And above all, taking back control of our country has allowed us to deliver the fastest vaccine rollout in Europe, as he well knows, Mr. Speaker, which would not have been possible if we'd stayed in the European Medicines Agency, which he voted for.
This is a Prime Minister who's faced his fair share of personal and political scandal, be it his relationship with women, his relationship with the truth, his use of loose language. But despite it all, his easy charm and bluster has propelled him to the highest office in the land. But now he faces the infamy of becoming a sitting Prime Minister whose activities are under official investigation by the authorities. In that, a line has been crossed. The PM says the public don't much care, but some of his political allies worry that this time the scandal could stick. There are now 3 investigations into the refurbishment of the Prime Minister's flat. One's been undertaken by Simon Case, the head of the Civil Service. Another by Lord Geidt, appointed today as the new independent advisor on ministers' interests. But of the 3, it's this investigation by the Electoral Commission that has teeth and potentially big consequences. Beth Rigby, Sky News, Westminster.